When we talk about austerity and our practice, the first thing that comes to mind are everyone's misconceptions about Zen. And I had thousands of them. And so all of the practicing forms and strengthening our don't know and keeping a question help take away our misconceptions about Zen. But sometimes the practicing forms reinforce our misconceptions about Zen. So that pitfall of reinforcing a misconception is mostly mitigated by Sangha. It's mostly helped by the warmth and kindness and support that we get from someone more experienced on the path. And in my case, I had misconceptions about Zen. One of them was sitting very still in a half lotus position on a cushion, regardless of how much pain I was in. And on my second YMJJ with Zen Master Seung Sahn, I walked in to my interview and said, "What do I do about pain?" And he said, "Oh, if you're in a lot of pain, stand up. But if it's just a small amount of pain, just try and stay with it." It was a very simple answer. It made me feel good at the time. Oh, if I'm in a lot of pain, I could stand up. I did not stand up for the next 5 years because my conditioning and my misconceptions about what it would take to wake up as a human being, I would have to endure pain. So somewhere in there, I did learn a lot about my body, but I also had a high tolerance for pain. So I was able to self-damage parts of my body. That was my mistake. So I don't think it's a healthy mistake. It's a mistake that I benefited from ultimately. But now in my role as teacher and as a Sangha member and someone who's been practicing for 30 years, I really encourage people to really know their body, really stay in the body while we're doing formal practice, while we're doing austere practices, and then take care of the body while we're doing austere practices. Because there is an extraordinary benefit to being austere. It makes everything very simple food, very simple temperature, very simple building, very simple space. And that austerity can clarify our heart-mind in an extraordinary way. That cannot be exaggerated. However, you only have one body to practice with. I can't practice with somebody else's body. So if I damage the body I'm practicing with, I've made some kind of mistake. And my understanding is the academics, the people that studied what the Buddha did, the Buddha tried extremely austere practices that nearly killed him. And if I heard the sutra correctly, if I'm remembering it correctly right now, he said, if I'm so weak, I can't think or feel, how can this be the way to wake up? If I'm starting to deteriorate as an organism. So he stopped and he changed what he was practicing. And as the myth that I know goes, a teenage girl brought him rice porridge once a day, and he accepted it graciously. So austere practices can be very wonderful, but we have to be as skillful about austere practices as we are about lush and delightful and easy practices.